Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So, Jeannie Mai, I don't understand why people are so enamored by her, especially young Jeezy. Because in the end, she's just a woman. You know, human being. I don't care if she's Asian, black, whatever. She's still just a woman. Now, you got guys. I don't really want to get into people's, dating habits because you got guys that, brothers that won't date a sister because of attitudes and they don't know how to act and this, that, and the third. You got sisters that won't date a brother because they dusty, crusty, don't know how to act, rather have a white man, whatever. My rebuttal to that is it's not all brothers and sisters. It's just the ones that you pick. And the question is, where do you pick them? Because most of the guys I know are pretty decent stand-up individuals. A few of the women that I know are seem like, stand-up, respectable young ladies. I'm talking on a personal level. So my question is, what guys are you finding? Now, I ain't saying this dudes ain't got flaws. We got flaws. A lot of us don't have the emotions you would like for us to have. You got some women who will say, yeah, when we first met, he was like this, that, and the third, and he was so emotional, lovey-dovey. No, he was just horny. It was just lust in the beginning for the most part. If you ain't really do nothing to show this man that you would make a great mate or a great wife outside of the bedroom, it was just physical. I'm sorry. Because if he hadn't looked at your family history and how you were raised and how you grew up, he don't know nothing about you. So let's just dismiss that. Now, I'm not saying y'all can't grow fond of each other, become compatible, become a unit, and build and grow as a family together. It happens a lot. It happens all the time. It is what it is. But for those of you who can't find a good dude or a good woman, first of all, got to figure out what type of person you are. But then second, what circles are you in? If you're traveling in the hood rat, Pookie and Ray Ray and Pookisha circles, I'm sorry. Yes, it's going to be hard for you to find a good man because most of them N-words that you hang with are going to be about nothing. Period. But let me get to Jeanni Mai story and Jeezy, because like I said, I'm not understanding how people were fooled because she told you who she was in the beginning. Like, real quick. Remember she was on, I guess, her show, The Talk, and she said that, she preferred a white man. She wanted to be married, have a relationship with a white man. But, she liked her dark meat on the side. That right there, I don't know how long ago she said it before. Maybe, I think she was married. But a statement like that, husband should have went ahead and just checked her and left her right then and there. Because you basically telling me that you got your brother on the side somewhere. And that's why a lot of people thought it was Jeezy when they first got married. Because he just came around too quick. Next thing is, she said she didn't want to have any kids. And she didn't want to have kids. And then didn't want to have kids by him, first husband. Y'all married for 10 years, then you get a divorce, then you meet Jeezy, and within the first year of marriage, you had a baby. And it was so shocking to the point to where her ex-husband put on his post, said he upgraded from trash. And he's done better. They say he's in his his Instagram post. It said that, yep, I upgraded from trash to treasure a long time ago. Hearties 45 reportedly responded according to Yahoo. Best decision I ever made. Congratulations. Being truly happy is an amazing feeling. I love my little family. And said the comment got deleted. Now, if you ask me, I think his woman probably posted that on his post. That's why it got deleted. Cause they know dudes ain't gonna really post no emotional crap like that, like the little broad. I think she might have did it because she was pregnant. I guess having kids. They trying to get married, and knowing him, he probably talked about Jeanni a lot in their relationship to the point of where it's probably sickening to her, and and everything. And they probably had butted heads. Probably had some kind of estrogen beef, and so that was written. And so she posted it, and then he saw it, and he had to delete it. He commented about it. So yeah, I think his woman is the one who put that out there. Real talk. But go to Atlanta Black Star, and it said Jeanni thought her second marriage would last if she didn't get greedy. And it said that they think Jeezy started filing this way back in June. Now, one of the things that people say probably broke them up are cultural differences, which makes sense. You got a lady who, yes, she's from California. So she has a lot of westernized ideals. But her parents are from Korea. Let me see. Trying to remember. Vietnam. I'm sorry. She's from they're Vietnamese. So they had cultural differences. So they said that when she got pregnant and it was announced, the mother flew in. Jeezy went to go pick the mother up, and she had suitcases and boxes full of stuff. Like she's staying for a while. And Jeezy was shocked that she was plan to stay that long. Jeanni said, well, in our culture, it just happens. You don't have to ask. But here, we don't do that. And you might think, well, that's just a culture, so you gotta respect it. No, he don't, because first of all, he's the man of the house. Okay. And let's just not say that. Let's say he's a husband. So if you knew what your culture was before you got pregnant, before you got married, before you announced it to the world, she should have said, look, here's what's about to happen. My mother is going to try to come and stay with us, because that's what happens in the Vietnamese culture. When a couple gets pregnant, have a baby, the mother comes and moves in with the couple to help with the young mother and the child. Pretty much, rearing, grooming, helping, teaching, which is something that really I think we should do in this culture, in our culture for real. It's like, get back to, family values, that, hey, I'm just gonna help the young lady do this because it's hard. You can't do it on your own, even when you're married, because your husband got to make that money. So I'm gonna be home with you while you're recovering, and show you how to raise this baby, show you what to do, so you can have a close to perfect child rearing experience as possible. But I digress. But as I said, that's not the norm. But you knew your mother was coming, and you allowed her to come to move in. That's a problem. And I'm quite sure there's a whole lot of other things that was a problem. But think about this too, man. Like I say, as a man, when you have a woman, I don't care, boyfriend, you don't care if it's your girlfriend, don't care if it's your wife, fiance, whatever, you don't want her out in the world exploiting her sexual prowess, like she did on her show when she talked about how she was servicing her man. And she was like, tooted up servicing her man, and I guess whatever. I guess she was trying to say the JJ flatulate, I think that's what she was saying. Cause she asked the man, like, you hear that? Yeah, that, whatever the case, but anyway. So, but you put this on TV. Now, that's why I said I don't understand what Jeezy thinking, because stuff like that, you don't want the world to know what your woman can do. You don't want to know. You don't even want to know what your woman can do coming out of her mouth talking. That's something men do not do. We don't publicly discuss the women we done had, at least, in the past, what we did, what they did, stuff like that. We try to keep our business, to ourselves. And we especially ain't going to tell it to our girlfriend or wife or whatever. But in the same token, we don't want to hear what you did. We don't want to know how many men you been with. We don't know what you did with that man. We don't want to know how good he was, how bad he was, how big, how small, how quick, how long he lasted. None of that. We don't even want to know if y'all blew kisses at each other at the train station. We don't want to hear that. And you can say we petty. You can say we sensitive. Call it what you want. But our sensitive ass is going to burn off and go somewhere else and deal with somebody else who, we might meet somebody who we know is down with the get down. But as long as they don't talk, we don't care. You don't tell nobody about us. We can do this every day. But that's how we are. So I don't understand how I'm surprised that Jeezy ended up marrying this chick, because she's too vocal. She was too vocal to me, too vocal about what she does and how she does it. That's not the signs of a lady at all. And again, you let your mama move in without telling anybody. That's kind of messed up. But then it said Jeanni thought her relationship would last if she didn't get greedy. She said, if I get greedy and I do something to mess up my future, then I can, of course, go marry up and mess up, said Jeanni after having her palms read. She was previously married for a decade to Freddie Hartise. They split in 2017. So it's been like 5 years ago. So 3 years ago, he got all upset. But one more thing about the pregnancy. The dude seemed like him or his girl, whatever, was butthurt about her getting pregnant. There's a thing about relationships. You want your first relationship, your first serious relationship, you would love for it to last forever. A lot of times it do, sometimes it doesn't. But when attitudes and personalities clash, sometimes you just gotta end it, right? When people are not doing, let's say the woman's not respecting her man like he feels he should be respected. I'm only speaking from a man's point of view. I'm sure women can say the opposite or whatever with them. So y'all want to do that on your own video. But here I'm gonna say that man feel he's not respected. Woman's attitude is bad. Throw it off. She's dragging like Jeanni Mai. She don't want to listen. She all want to cuss, fuss, want to try to fight, all this kind of stuff. Disrespectful in front of people. The dude say he had enough. And then he leaves. And then she goes and gets in another relationship. And it may last a long time. Most men ain't gonna be upset about that. Because I'm the type of person saying that, you know what? My thing is, I'd rather for you to get right somewhere else if you can't get right with me. We do not have to crash and burn together. Shouldn't be forced. If we can't work, then we can't work. Let's move on. Shoot, go with somebody else. Hell, I'll try to go with somebody else. Maybe sometime way I feel don't need to go with somebody. If it come, it don't, it don't. But go find your happiness with somebody. And if your relationship works, then more power to you. But that's just one headache I don't need. And then I got rid of, and I'm happy. It's simple as that. It's like I say about, let's say like my kids. Let's say the relationship with my children was bad. Like right now, which it isn't. But let's just say it was bad. Let's say we wasn't speaking this and the third. But my kids right now are grown, pretty much grown. Well, one of them is grown, the other one is damn near grown. Grown enough. If my wish for them is to just become productive members of society, right? Know how to do for themselves, get out there, treat other people right, you know what I'm saying? Treat each other right, like sisters, be there for each other, treat each other right. If you're getting married, find a good dude, have a family, give me some grandbabies, blah, blah, blah. But as long as you do that and become, like I say, productive members of society, we don't have to talk any longer. Will it hurt me? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Would I be sad? Of course, because it'd be my kids. And I always want to have a great relationship with my children. But if you can go out and have a great relationship with somebody else, like I say, and do right by yourself and do right by others, I've done my job. It's like a bird. Bird have lay eggs, have babies, feed them, and then throw them out the nest. If they can fly and make it, you don't see them birds coming back visiting every year. Don't hear that. You know, they go out and do their own thing, live their own life, and then eventually, they mess around and have some babies and hatch some eggs or whatever. I mean, we shouldn't compare ourselves to the animal kingdom, but that's my point, is making sure that raising my kids to where they do what they need to do and be the people they need to be. And then once they go out there on their own and make it, I'm cool. I'll be all right. I will live and I will be okay. I'd rather for you to do that than to be, evil to the world, sorry to the world, not doing nothing, and at home every day. And not doing nothing positive at home. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, that's all I got about this story. So my point was, like I said, that I don't see how people thought Jeanni was just this great Asian lady who's just this, I don't know. It's because she wasn't black. Everybody jumped on. And I think a lot of dudes had them issues that they try to get somebody outside of our community. When it's funny because it's the circles you hang around. If you Jeezy hanging around Keisha Cole and people like that who we already heard and know is crazy. You got the money, you got the status, you in business, you own a lot of real estate in Atlanta. You can separate yourself from that circle, and I'm sure you can find you a decent sister who will respect you and submit and be your wife. You just got, sometimes it just takes work finding them, man. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.